Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always coming back. And happy new year. This is the first video for the year 2024. Hoping for great things and hoping that you keep coming back to watch my content. On today's video, like you already know, I got an admission to come study in Canada, applied by myself, wrote all the necessary letters, applied for the visa myself. So this is a step-by-step guide on how to apply to the Canadian visa, student visa, and how to collect a study permit, basically. So it's a step-by-step guide. I know that there are agents that do these things for people, but if you have the patience and you have the time and you're willing to do it, this is like a guide to show you how I did mine and what is required of you. It's a pretty straightforward process, to be honest. You can do it, and yeah, so this video is just a guide to help you fill your own documents or fill the necessary forms when you're ready to apply to come to Canada. Please subscribe, binge on my other content when you're done watching this, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And if you do have questions, feel free to ask in the comment sections as well of any of the videos that you might have questions about. So let's get right into today's business. So you want to open your preferred browser. I'm using Chrome because I'm just familiar with Chrome, so I'm going incognito. No exact reason. You want to click IRCC, which stands for Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada. This is the website where you register or apply for anything relating to Canada. So it comes to this page. You can see most requested is the sign-in portal. You click on it. It has like a list of options. What is very familiar to me and what I use, what I think that a lot of people use, is the GC key username and password. You do not have an account, so you click on create account. It brings you here. So you register with GC key, username and password. If you already have an account, you just sign in, but you do not. So I'm assuming you do not. So we're going to try to create one account now, which is the point of this video, right? So you want to click here. It brings you to, if you enter your username and your password and you click on sign in, it resumes from a previous account if you already have an account. But if you do not, you're going to create a new username and create a password. So for the purpose of this video, we're going to use tutorial 111 and our password will be something. So like I said earlier, if you already have an account, you just fill in these details and click on the sign in option. But obviously we do not have an account. I'm assuming we do not. So when you enter your username and your password, you go to sign up. Click on sign up, and then it brings up this page which shows you to accept the terms and conditions of use, which is normal for every website, and you say you accept. So remember the username that we created before. So you want to enter the username we created before, which was tutorial, or which we tried to create, tutorial 111. You continue. You create a password. There's a list of options, like a checklist, where your password is supposed to check all of these items on this list for it to be strong enough. So you do that and repeat the same password on the next field. As you can see, we haven't checked all the boxes, so you do that and then you proceed to enter you continue, you click on continue. And then it brings you to this page, which is your recovery question. So supposing you have missed your password and you have lost your access to your mailbox and you cannot access your account, these questions are questions that you set that you know that you can easily find the question. So one of it is, what was your first pet's name? We're going to just choose YouTube. And a memorable person, let's say subscriber. And Memorable person hint. This is just random ideas I'm just using. You don't have to use this. You have to use something that is unique to you and something that you can easily remember. Okay. Memorable date. I'm just going to use say today's date. Um just for the purpose of filling this form. So yeah, you do all of this and you continue. So for your email address, obviously everyone has an email address. You just want to put in your email address here for you to have a link outside of the, so for any communication that will be sent to you, will be sent to this email address. So make sure you put an email address that you are conversant with and you have access to, because again, your recovery and activation link will be sent to this email address. So you need to put an email address that you are sure of. So you type it twice just to confirm. You continue, and then it says you have successfully created your GCK. Your username is tutorial 111. Yay, we've done that. So you click on continue. A confirmation code will be sent to your email. That's why I said you need to put an email that you have access to. So you copy that code from your email and then you put it here. It says continue, and yes, click on continue. From this page you can change your password and everything you can do, literally everything on this page, like I said in the beginning of the video. So you click on continue, so it brings you here. When I had applied for mine last year, this option was not available. This is a one more level of security that they have introduced. At this point, everyone should be used to double factor authentication. So you want to have an app on your phone, the two-factor authenticator app, or any kind of authenticator app or authentication app. I don't know what the right one is on your phone. So if you have it on your phone already, just open the app. The instruction is here. You see is where to activate the barcode scanner on your you see where to activate the barcode scanner on your computer, on your phone. Click on it. It's an automatic process. You open it, you take a picture of this barcode. It's a very straightforward process. Have the authenticator app on your phone, open it, activate the camera on the authenticator app, click on this barcode, like take a picture of this barcode, and it automatically gives you, it syncs with your phone, with your device. Then a code is generated for you. You enter the code here and you click on continue. So it brings you to this page. It gives you a list of recovery codes where you're supposed to take a picture of those codes and keep them securely, because if you've lost every other means to get into your account, this is how you get one of you have to use one of those codes to get into your account. So you can either print it, you can take a picture, you can save it somewhere secure, or write them out somewhere. So yes, we have done that. It's asking you here now, have you securely recorded these codes? So you want to click on yes, I have recorded this code, and continue. So it brings you to these terms and conditions again. Just read through it and accept. I accepted. Don't know why you decline, but so now we are at the first stage of it, or the next stage of it, which is to actually create an account. So your given name, for anything that you do not remember or anything that you're not sure of, you see these question marks that are placed beside the questions. If you click on it, it gives you information on what they actually need you to have or what they're asking you for. So given name, obviously your first and your middle name, last name or names as the case may be. So for the purpose of this, we're just going to say my first name is YouTube and my last name is viewer. I enter my email address. I'm conversant with English, so you click on English as your preferred language. If you're French, you click on French. It brings you to a list of security questions again. Here we can just formulate the questions by ourselves, because it's questions that you are supposed again to be used to, or you're supposed to know the answer. You set questions that will be easy for you to remember but difficult for someone else, or like random details about you that will be difficult for someone else to remember, because you don't want anyone else unauthorized to have access to your account. So but security question one will be, who is watching who is watching this, and our answer will be viewers. What is the purpose? And we're just going to say tutorial. So I'm just going to come up with a bunch of questions. You can use whatever you can easily remember, because you do not want to lose access. Just imagine that you have submitted your application and for some reason you don't have access to your account, or someone compromised your account and you can no longer get into it. So you want to make sure that these are questions that you can easily know the answers to. So when you are done, you click on continue. So it brings you to this page, which is your account page. So at this point, we have successfully created an account for you. So I said my name is YouTube and my surname is Viewer. So it is YouTube Viewer's account. So this is all of it. This is what it looks like when you have created an account. You have all of these details now. So to start an application, which is what we want to entirely do at the end of the day. So you start an application on this page. Anybody who's trying to apply to anything in Canada, this is where they come to. So we are trying to apply to come to Canada. So obviously you click that. Personal reference code. If you already completed your, this is for people that have PR or express entry, they will have this code, but we do not, because we are just applying as students. So we'll skip that. You can see that it is not compulsory. I do not have that because obviously we do not have it. So you will come down and say view visitor, determine your eligibility and apply online. So you click on visitor visa, student, or work permit. We are students, so we're trying to apply as students. So there's a list of questions that you have to answer, which will then generate the kind of forms that will be given to you that you need to fill. So let's do this now. What would you like to come and do in Canada? The answer is study, because we're applying for a study permit, right? Or we're applying for a study visa. How long are you planning to stay in Canada? There are some courses that are less than 6 months. There are some courses that are more than 6 months. And I'm assuming that your course is more than 6 months. So you say temporarily more than 6 months, because of course you said that you were coming to Canada just to study temporarily, right? So I am Nigerian, so it's asking for this information. Select the code that matches yours. So it's like codes of countries. So I've clicked on Nigeria. What is your current country or territory of residence? If you're presently in Canada, because some people can be applying for study permits from within Canada, but apply from the UK again. So I'm just going to pick England here. Sorry, there's no United Kingdom, so I guess it's England. So I'm just going to pick England. Like I said, my application took 3 weeks. I submitted my application on the 9th of June, and I got my decision on the 27th of June. So that's like 3 weeks. And this is how I filled my form. And watch the whole series of video for you to get the full idea of what I did. So it's asking for date of birth. This is just like a bio data about yourself. So you want to put your date of birth, your year, month, and day, right? So 14th of January. Next. Are you a lawful permanent resident of the United States? Because obviously people from US can come here more easily than the rest of us foreigners. So no, because I am not. And saying next. Have you been accepted into a designated learning institution? You remember that I said that in the admission video, like how to get an admission video that I had posted, I spoke about getting accepted into designated learning institutions. Before you apply to the school, you want to be sure that it is a designated learning institution, that is an approved school by the Canadian government to bring in students from abroad. If you check on the IRCC website, which is this website that we are on, you can actually search the list of schools that are designated learning institutions in the country. Those are the schools that are approved to bring you into the country. So you want to say, yes, you have been accepted into one. And it says, what is your marital status? Depending on you, if you're married, whatever. I'm single, so never married and single. What is your province or territory of destination? There are several provinces in the country. Mine is Saskatchewan. So I'll click on Saskatchewan. On your admission letter, you would know what province your school is located in. So pick accordingly, and you click next. So based on your results, it says based on the information you provided, the results below indicates whether you may be eligible to come to Canada. So it's for study permit, which is what we picked that we're going to. You may be eligible to come to Canada as a student because the information that we entered says that we are coming to study. So you want to click on continue. So there's a checklist of documents in the next page. Obviously, that's what this literature here is saying. So you read it, you say yes. Do you have a valid work or study permit and need a visa? At this point, you do not have a study permit because you've not been in the country before. You have to get a visa for you to get a study permit. So what happened is that I got my visa, and then when I got to the airport or the border, that's where I was handed my study permit. So it says, so the answer is no. So you say next, and so it comes to this next page that says, are you an exchange student? Sometimes we have people, they're exchange students that come from different countries, but you are not. I'm assuming that you're not. Is work an essential component of your studies? There are some courses that you do that require you to work, like to do an internship maybe for one term. So if that is applicable to the course that you've had admission in, you want to click yes. If not, no. Mine does not, so I clicked on no. Are you a spouse, common law partner, or child of a certain skilled worker? Say if you have a spouse in the country already. The answer for me was no. Like I said again, if you're confused about anything, the question marks that are placed above them are to give you guides and clues on what they actually need or what they expect from you. So the answer here is no. Are you a recipient of scholarship, Commonwealth, all of that? Read all of that and pick what is applicable to you. So I'm just going to say no because I'm not, or I was not, and then I will click next. Are you accompanying a family member? No, because I'm assuming you're the principal applicant. This is the application for the students that is actually going to go to school or is going to study. So no. Have you ever committed a crime, been arrested? No. You answer what is applicable to you. Have you have you had a medical exam performed by IRC? So like I said in my other video, I did my medical exam before I applied. I just wanted to have everything out of the way. Even if at the end of the day, I realized that I didn't need it because they'll tell you the things that you need. What most people do is they do the application without the examination. So for this question, they will say no. And then when they begin to process your papers or when they begin to do background checks, they will let you know if you need a medical exam. There are specific countries that if you've lived in that country for 6 months prior to when you are applying, 6 months or 1 year, I guess, prior to when you're applying, you need to screen for some certain diseases like maybe tuberculosis, which is prevalent in those countries. So I did it, but I didn't need it. In the UK, if you're trying to get this medical exam done, they have offices in London. They have an office in Edinburgh. I went to the one in Edinburgh, and it's pretty easy and straightforward for you to get an appointment. You can actually get an appointment for the next day, so you don't have to wait for long periods of time. And I think it costs £385 then to do the exam, and they'll send the result directly to the people. Have you ever visited or lived in any one of the designated countries for 6 consecutive months? That's what I was talking about. So no, you're going to click no or yes as it applies to you. Also, if you're unsure of the countries, the question mark will take you to a link that has all these countries. So you want to be sure that you're not living in any of those. So you say no and you press next because I'm assuming that I did not live in those countries. So you press next. Do you want to submit an application for a family member? Assuming you're coming with a dependent or whatever, you click yes. But if not, you say no. Are you giving someone access to your application? That's if you're using an agent or using someone else. If someone else is applying for you or going to follow up with your application after this. So I said no because we're doing this thing together. We're doing it independently. So no is the answer. In the past 10 years, have you given your fingerprints and photos biometrics for an application to come into Canada? If you do your biometrics or your thumbprint, they leave your thumbprint in their system for 10 years. So if you've ever applied to come to Canada before, they still have your fingerprints. So you would not need to go and do your biometrics again. I hadn't, so I clicked on no. There are fees associated with this application. Will you be paying your fees or are you fee exempt? You might be fee exempt. I don't know how. But if you're not, you will say, yes, I will pay my application fees. And then you click on next. Are you able to make digital copy of your document with a scanner or camera? You say yes, because you should be able to. They have stopped the idea of doing physical applications. So you say yes and you click next. Will you be paying your application fees online? You can pay your application fees with your debit or credit card. So you say yes and you click on next. So these are all the questions that we have answered. It gives you a run through so you correct anything that you might have mistaken or answered wrongly. So when you have gone through all of it, you click on continue. If you have to edit anything, you go ahead and edit it. So this summary just gives you an idea of what is expected of you on this page. So it's like a guide. This is something that I found out about the website. The website is usually very straight to the point. At any point, if you are confused, there are resources that are supposed to help you to pull through. So it gives you the format in which these documents should be uploaded. And if you're going to upload more than one document for a particular section, you need to merge them into one. So this based on the answers that we have given, these are the forms that are required of us to fill. So you have the first form, which is your application forms to come to Canada. Application for study permits made outside of Canada rather. It's called the IMM 1294, which is required. You can see that is the first form. This is one of the most important forms, if not the most important. So if you click on it, you'll download to your device and you can fill it and upload it back. So now the thing is, these forms do not open on every web page or on every computer. You have to have Adobe Reader installed on your computer for you to be able to open these files. This video is getting a little bit too long, so I think I might have to cut this here and redo and upload the second part of the video, which is how to fill these forms. Or I'm going to keep recording, but I'll upload it as a second video so I don't bore you or confuse you. If you've gotten to this point, you are good and you just need to meticulously fill these forms. So like I said, it's pretty straightforward. There's not too much or anything too extra that you cannot do by yourself. It's basically just filling forms about yourself, uploading your passport data page, your digital photograph. I took my photograph with my phone on the portrait mode, like the digital photo that is required. I took it on portrait mode on my phone against the white background, so it was pretty straightforward. So I'm going to just end this video here. We would log back in and download these forms together and fill them and upload them and submit our documents. From the time when you start your application, when you get to this point, you have 60 days to submit your application. So you want to make sure that you finish and gather all the documents that you need before 60 days. This application costs 235 Canadian dollars. And you've seen the breakdown there on the page. I don't have the option to submit because I have not uploaded all of these documents that they have asked me to upload. So that's why you can see not provided, not provided, not provided. Once you've provided all of these documents, you can easily submit and then you cross your fingers and wait for the letter that tells you to come do biometrics if you need to do biometrics, or comes to submit extra documents if extra documents are needed from you, or if you need to do a physical interview. So I'll end this video here. Come back to watch the second part, which is how we're going to fill these forms. And please remember to subscribe. Okay? So guys, there you have it, how to start the application process. I had to cut the video there because it was getting a little bit too long and I don't want you to get confused or bored. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to actually fill these forms. It is straightforward, trust me, it is very easy. As long as you understand the questions and you give the right answers, you're sure to get your visa in just a couple of days. My visa literally took, I think, 3 weeks. If I'm not mistaken, I'll confirm in the next video and I'll let you know. So please subscribe if you haven't. Like, share, binge on my other content, and let me know if you have any questions or your thoughts on any of my videos. Thank you. See you soon.